folks. Welcome back to the Mysterious and Unknown. Back for another video of, this time, mysterious objects in the daytime sky. But the nighttime sky was in rare form. About a week ago during the strong geomagnetic storm, a G4 sent auroras down into Northern California, as you can see by this photo here taken by Beverly and Rob, once again out of Northern California. Also in this video, I've got a brand new flashing light update to share with you guys. Brand new videos of multiple examples from all around the world. Sky News. These are videos of mysterious objects spotted in the daytime sky. We're starting off in western Florida. Looking out over the Gulf, this object you see right here was traveling at a high rate of speed over the Gulf towards the south. Was this something nefarious? I don't know. It's difficult to tell exactly what it is, but it's definitely not a balloon, definitely not a drone, or at least I'd say it's not a drone. It looks like it's about the size of a car, a small car, but that's at least 8, maybe 10 feet long. It's narrow, it's white, it wasn't making any noise. Here on the left, I modified the format, light is dark, dark is light, something very simple. I was trying to pull forward any possible fins or anything like that, and there were none. No wings or anything on that object, whatever it was, cruising through the daytime sky. Now we're going to the coast of California. Check this out. These objects here that you're about to see were spotted by Alexis Hobbs, and you don't see anything, right? This was on 6/9 of 2025. She saw these things way up in the daytime sky. There were 2 traveling together, and they appeared to be also traveling towards the south. Watch what they're doing. They accelerate. One will make a circle around the other, and then the other one will speed up and then make a circle around it. Very unusual activity. These aren't long and slender. These are round. They appear to be the same exact size, not making any sound, no blinking lights, obviously no wings or tail fins on these. These appear to be some sort of energetic orbs in the daytime sky at probably around, 10,000 feet. Maybe 12. It was difficult to tell exactly how high, but they were up there a pretty good ways. I'd say at least a couple of miles, because when she pulled the camera back, did you notice how they almost collided right there? When she pulled the camera back, you couldn't even see them. So she's very heavily zoomed in right now. And again, I would say these are at least 10, maybe 12,000 feet, not making a sound. Do you see that white speck right there? Something appeared and disappeared very, very quickly that was also white, appeared to be smaller. Now this one's kind of pulling away, then the other one will catch up. It's almost as if they have their own propulsion system. It's almost as if they're under some sort of intelligent control. They don't appear to be random balloons just kind of drifting around in the daytime sky. These act like they're under intelligent control. Now watch what happens as they continue to move across the sky. I don't know, it may be 100, 120 mile an hour. Again, it's difficult to tell because they're very high up in the sky. But notice how the clarity is starting to dissipate, as if the object itself is starting to disappear. Unless maybe they were gaining altitude and it's just difficult to tell, but they were starting to disappear. How did they just disappear? They appeared to be solid objects, unless they were solid energy. I don't know, these were highly mysterious. Alexis made an incredible observation here. Here I zoomed in even closer. This is just a small segment of the original video. I zoomed in looking for features. I was looking for wings. I was looking for something that made sense here. And there was nothing that made any sense as far as any type of aviation that I'd ever seen before, with regard to a wing, a tail fin, anything like that. Nothing. These appear to be some sort of balls of energy in the daytime sky, just drifting towards the south, once again, not making any noise and had no blinking lights. I receive hundreds of videos every month of various things in the daytime sky and nighttime sky as far as that goes. These are quite rare. I've never seen anything exactly like what you're looking at here. And coming up right here, I modified the format, just a simple flip. Light is dark, dark is light. Looking for a wing, looking for a tail fin, maybe a cable hanging off the bottom of these things, indicating some sort of a payload, which would indicate a weather balloon. These weren't weather balloons. I'm pretty sure these weren't drones, as they started to become invisible. These weren't airplanes, and these definitely weren't helicopters. And coming up is example number 3 out of Anchorage, Alaska. Alaska. Jericho noticed these in the daytime sky. 3 orbs. There were 2 in the primary field of view, and then there's one over here to the right that appeared just briefly and then disappeared. She couldn't get them all in the right there in the field of view at the same time. But there were 3 orbs over here in the daytime sky. They reminded me very much of what Alexis saw off the coast of California. That's why I combined both of these videos together. These weren't blinking. Again, no tail fins, no wings, not making any noise. They were semi-stationary, but appeared to be under some sort of intelligent control. And at the end of this video, you're going to see this one up here. You're going to see this one just disappear. Kind of like the ones off the coast of California. They just kind of phased out, like they just went invisible. And these here do the same thing. In fact, one of these becomes almost invisible, like we saw off the coast of California. And then this one right here turns a shade of orange right at the end of the video, right there. See that? And then when it changed color, I zoomed in on the object, whatever it was. Highly mysterious activity spotted near Anchorage, Alaska. I've got a brand new flashing light update to share with you guys. 664 observations now here in the United States, just on this map alone. Over 1,600 globally and counting. We're starting off up in Quebec. I've gotten videos from Quebec, Sweden, Denmark, Scotland, the United Kingdom, Australia, and many places in between, all around the world. Veronica, just yesterday, 6/12 of 2025, this phenomena is not slowing down. If anything, it's increasing. Here's another example of an entire ceiling, practically an entire ceiling, the lights dancing around on and off for unknown reasons. Going to North Dallas, Texas, Raymond, 6/5 of 2025, couldn't help but notice these lights at what looks like a park or something like that. Multiple lights, at least 10 lights over there, flickering, blinking for unknown reasons. And example number 2, out of Sumner, Washington by Derek, had a malfunctioning light in the kitchen of his house. You're going to see him go over to the switch right here, turn the switch off, turn the switch back on, and then the lights don't even want to come back on. And then when they do, they're malfunctioning. You can't make this stuff up. Example number 3 out of Indian Trail, North Carolina. Joey, 6/8 of 2025, drove past this house, and he couldn't help but notice the front of this truck right here had a light on the front of the truck in the grill that was flashing for unknown reasons. Couple of hours later, he drove back the opposite direction, and it was doing the same exact thing. This went on for hours. Indian Trail, North Carolina. Said he'd never seen that before. Example number 4 out of Arizona. Barbara was sitting at an intersection, couldn't help but notice all these lights around this building over here across the street, flashing for unknown reasons. Something is interfering with the flow of electricity. It's showing up around the world in random places, rogue and randomly. And moving on to example number 5 out of North Atlanta, Decatur, Georgia. Paul, May 31st of 2025, couldn't help but notice the malfunctioning sign on the top of this Wendy's. Normally, it's just on, not flashing like that for unknown reasons. Example number 6, going to Louisville, Kentucky. Heather H., the lights in her living room were flashing for unknown reasons. I think Heather shared at least 3 videos with me out of Louisville, Kentucky. And moving on to example number 7, more malfunctioning lights. Michael, June 8th of 2025. This is an entranceway to an apartment complex or a large building. The lights at the gate were malfunctioning. Example number 8, Perrysburg, Ohio, Tania, 6/5 of 2025. Check this out. I mean, seriously, you can't make this stuff up. This is the upper level to a business. The lights, all 3 of the lights, were malfunctioning. Example number 9, Mariah, Safford, Arizona, 6/8 of 2025. Crystal clear blue day. She noticed purple lights across the intersection. There's one. Here's number 2. And then down the road and to the left is number 3. Those lights weren't even supposed to be on, and let alone they were bright purple in broad daylight. Coming over here to the homepage of the website, today's feature photo is the incredible photo out of Northern California of the recent auroras by Beverly and Rob. Looking at the GOES X-ray flux over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center, all quiet the last 72 hours. And looking at the Schumann resonance, we're in the middle of a disturbance right now as I do this video. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano, showing some earthquake earthquake activity along the southern half of the caldera. It's small earthquake activity, but nevertheless, it's earthquake activity. And then also this seismograph up here along the northern edge of the caldera that is acting very, very bizarrely. What this is telling us is one of two things. The seismograph is malfunctioning terribly, or the ground is moving. And looking at the water situation at Lake Mead, you can see the slope continues to grow, and it is going down. Right now, it's at 1,055. The magic number is 1,040. Thanks for the photos and videos, guys. Keep them coming. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. If you guys have any videos you'd like to share that are too large to attach to the email, come over here to the homepage of the website. Look for this red tab that says, have a large video. It's a Dropbox. Drag and drop your videos into the Dropbox. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.